What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to the Inter-Liverpool preview and prediction analysis video. Leave your score predictions in the comments below and whoever will be right, I will reply and of course like your comment after the match. So I'm really excited about this game because the Champions League is back, the champions, and finally Liverpool have another chance to go to the San Siro and beat another Milan team. We have won there with a second team against AC Milan, and Liverpool absolutely bossed the Champions League group stages with a 7-goal Mo Salah at the forefront. But this Inter team is a very big potential banana skin for Liverpool because many people are heavily favoring Liverpool to go through, but I think it's closer to 50-50 than we think, or most people think, because this Inter side is they were top of the Serie A until this game week where they drew against Napoli and AC Milan won, and until recently when they lost to AC Milan in the big Milan derby. They were unbeaten, winning almost all of their games. After the Champions League group stage finished, Inter did 5 wins, 1 draw, and then another 2 wins before losing to AC Milan. So they are in a little bit of a patchy form, but with Edin Dzeko and Lautaro Martinez up front, they can hurt Liverpool. And I think it will be crucial who scores the first goal, and it will be also crucial what kind of tactics Inter will deploy in this game, because if they go with a 3 at the back formation, Liverpool can match that up with Salah, Jota, and Mane, or maybe I'm not sure if Luis Diaz will start. I think it will be a Jota, Salah, Mane front line, and if they go with a 3 at the back formation, Liverpool can basically put each forward player one-on-one with a centre-back of AC Milan, and that is going to be very hard for AC Milan to cope with. But also equally, Liverpool are playing a very high line. We catched teams offside more than 100 times already this season, like 40 more than Manchester City. So that puts it into context how impressive that is. But also it's a very risky tactic. If Liverpool just get the offside trap wrong once, Inter Milan could go through, score an early goal, and then they can sit back, soak up the pressure and hit Liverpool on the counter-attack. And that's what I think their game plan will be, to try and score early in the first 15-20 minutes. Equally, Liverpool should actually get at AC Milan. The one thing that Inter Milan, the one thing that Inter Milan are not used to is very high pressing tactics and also a very high intensity, because the Serie A is usually a lot slower, a lot more tactical. That's why Edin Dzeko is thriving even after 30 years old, because the Italian league is not as physically demanding. The referees are blowing fouls a lot more often than in the Premier League. It's not necessarily a harder league, but it's a lot less intense. And if Liverpool can keep this incredible frenetic tempo and intensity up for the whole 90 minutes, I think Inter Milan won't be able to cope with it. But equally, if Liverpool have this mad 10-15 minutes where we just forget to properly do our shape in midfield, Inter Milan could score easily. Remember the Brentford game, the Brighton game, where Liverpool were 2-0 up and cruising, and then we just let the opposition score. Also AC Milan at Anfield, we were 1-0 up, we missed the penalty, and then AC Milan scored 2 quick goals before halftime, where Liverpool just lost their shape in midfield. Henderson, who was supposed to protect the back four and just sit back, he was bombing forward all the time. So Liverpool have to be very smart tactically as well. And I think Henderson, Fabinho and Thiago should start in midfield. And of course there is an argument for Firmino to start this game because of how great he is at high pressing opposition. But equally, I think we should just unleash the Jota, Salah, Mane front line, because Jota also can high press the Inter Milan team. And he is in such a great goal scoring form. It's very hard to argue against leaving out, against putting Jota into the starting lineup. And Inter are having a great season overall, even though they had recently a little bit of blip. They are second in the Serie A, they are into the semi-finals of the Coppa Italia. And the Inter reporter is saying, having reached the knockout stage for the first time in 10 years, hopes are very high for Inter, and they will miss the suspended Nicolo Barella in midfield, who is one of their most important and best midfielders. Inter have failed to run away at the top of Serie A after earning only 1 point in the last 2 matches against Milan and Napoli, but Simone Inzaghi's men remain in good form and they can be expected to face Liverpool with courage and determination. Should Lautaro Martinez regain his scoring touch when it counts, who knows who might go through. And Simone Inzaghi, the Inter coach, said this before the game: I think Liverpool are favourites, but matches have to be played. We need to impose our style. I want my players to play with a free mind. It could make a difference in this match. The lads are determined to win. And Jurgen Klopp also said this: Inter are a top-class team with a top-class manager, probably the best team again in Italy this season. Very good organization, very well drilled, creativity on the pitch, good individuals. We need to give a top-class performance to even have a chance. And that's the thing, both teams know that they will have to be on their A game to win this game. And I fancy Liverpool to go there and get a victory, but it's vital who scores the first goal, as I said. If Inter score first, it will be brutally difficult for Liverpool to break that low block down. But that's where the likes of Thiago come in. Thiago has to start this game. I recently watched the compilation of Thiago absolutely bossing the midfield against Arsenal when he was playing for Bayern Munich. Bayern won 5-1 that day and Thiago scored 2 goals and he was just absolutely imperious. And let's hope that Thiago can get back to his previous form, because with Fabinho and Thiago in midfield, Liverpool have won 14 out of 15 games and drawn 1 game. So it's absolutely brilliant when Thiago and Fabinho play together. I think they complement each other so well. And Thiago can certainly unlock a defensive Inter Milan side who are very, very good defensively. Of course, their danger men are Jota and Lautaro Martinez. They are Inter's top scorers this season. But also defensively, Inter are very, very solid and very hard to break down. But Liverpool are not your regular Serie A side, so let's hope that we can high press Inter and force them into mistakes. Inter only conceded 20 goals in 24 games, which is the second best defense in the Serie A behind Napoli, so that's very impressive. And also Lautaro Martinez has 11 goals in the Serie A. Jacko has 10 goals as well, so they are Inter's top scorers, as I said. And Çalhanoğlu also, who signed from their city rivals AC Milan. I was pretty shocked at that transfer when that happened. Hakan Çalhanoğlu, he's the playmaker of AC Milan and we need to stop him as well. We need to mark him very tightly because he has 6 goals and 8 assists in 24 matches. So he was involved in 14 games, which is very, very impressive as well. And Ivan Perisic is also rekindling his old form that he had for other teams. He already has 5 goals as well as a winger. But Liverpool should impose their style and force their style of play onto Inter Milan and not the other way around. If Inter can slow the game down and make it tactical, that would suit Inter as well. So I really want Liverpool to keep the high intensity, high pressing tactic as long as possible going, because we can force Inter into making mistakes. And they don't have the fastest centre-backs. Skriniar and the other centre-backs are not really the fastest. So if we can isolate them and put Salah or Mane one-on-one with one of the Inter centre-backs, I think we can really hurt them. So come on Liverpool, let's go to the San Siro and let's win the game. I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for watching guys, hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day, see you later, goodbye.